today's video, we're gonna work strictly on the interior. No intro, no anything like that. What I'll tell you this though is we are trying to get this vehicle registered or at least
Titled.
Inspected the middle of next month, which just doesn't really give us much time when we only work on it pretty much on the weekends. And right now we're waiting on some components that will probably be here in about 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
They haven't been made, they're in line to get made, and when we get inside, we'll go ahead and tell you what those are. Today, our goal is to get as much of the sound deadening off the floor as possible. We are going to use the method that everybody seems to use, and it works wonders on certain sound deadening. Our sound deadening looks like someone went haywire with liquid nail and spread it everywhere. It's just lines of liquid nail. It's awful looking. We've used a little bit, it does work, and we'll kind of explain the difference between what everybody else has and what we have.
Yeah.
Why they went with something different, I don't know. We also have to wrap the harnesses on basically right by the door sill, because we do step on them. Right now they're just bare wire, or bare the wire itself with a regular coating on it. It's not wrapped in any kind of wire loom or anything like that. There's no protection other than the rubber on the thin wire there is.
Yeah.
We do step in and out of the car. We don't want to damage the wire and cause an electrical issue, whether a fault or anything like that.
Yeah, because that's going to be sucky to trace.
Yeah. We did purchase a seat. Hopefully we'll install it in this video. If not, we'll install it in the next video, because like I said, we want to get as much of this done. That way when we put the panels on, we don't need to rip them back off again. We do have to do the wiring for the window switches, as well as figure out a plan for the door handles. The new door panels we get will not allow the use of those two stock products, the switches and the door handles themselves. We're gonna have to modify something to make it work for us, and that'll be kind of a trick because we don't have the door panels with us yet, but we have an idea what we want to do. So we'll go ahead and set you up to see what we're doing, and then we'll do as much as we can in this video. Okay, we'll set you up. So if you guys can't tell, the sound deadening we have looks more like rows of caulking or sealant or whatever you want to call it up there. We're doing all up here. So we're not going to worry about underneath the seats. We're going to worry about where our feet are. This is never going to see anything. We're never going to step on this. This is dry ice. You can pick it up from local grocery stores. We picked up ours from Publix. You have to use extremely fast. This thing, we had probably twice as much as this, and then it's all gone. Like half of it went away in less than 12 hours. So you have to use it pretty fast. We did have it in a cooler, a pretty good cooler. So a little bit of alcohol on it. Jill will go ahead and get out. We'll let this freeze. This will get very cold. Wear gloves of some sort. This will burn your skin. I deal with this on a daily basis building jet engines, so I'll go ahead and jump out, and I will set you up to show you what I'm doing over here. So as you can tell, we have this right here. This is just the bare wires. There's no basically wire loom over it, like this right here. They kind of stopped where the carpet was. They put it right here, but all the way up front, there's nothing. We step in and out of the car and we step on this. We want to protect as much as we can, including all the wires that are going this way and underneath. So we're gonna go ahead and pop all of this stuff off, cut the tabs off, and then put the loom on, and pretty much kind of have the green popper thing. Very technical word. Oh, definitely. I literally have one left to do. It's always the case. That's how much I have left. Damn it. Okay, let me take you off here real quick. So all this was just bare wire. I had to put wire loom on it, that way I protect it, and all that. So this is the only part. From here all the way down was just your regular wire. There was no protection over the wire itself. So okay, so this stuff is basically, you're gonna chip it away, and it's gonna have to be pretty rough, so it's gonna be loud. We will kind of speed through some of it to see if we can do it. It dries up quick. Hopefully it's frozen enough. I don't know if it's worth it with this stuff. I might just paint over everything. We'll have to get some more because this goes pretty quick. We'll have to do like a couple blocks and do it. And this is going to be an ongoing process. So I don't know if it's worth doing the other side as well. There's a lot of rust right here. It's not all the way through, but on the other side, like right here, point towards the edge, there's a lot of bare metal. The other side, the whole area back there, watch your hand. This whole area right here is just bare metal. And we want to cover from basically here all the way forward on the centerpiece and underneath here as much as we can.
Now, those of you that seen the cleaning video will remember with the steamer, a lot of that came off with the steamer.
Okay, so real quick, we need to find a way to secure the window switches. Now I did make some modifications. These are basically just toggle switches. It has a center neutral, basically. It's self-centering. One way's up, one way's down for the windows. You got the driver and then the passenger, whichever one. I don't know which one's which until I go to start putting everything back together. Thing is, I can't just leave them hanging like this, and I don't want to throw them in there. I do want to secure them in here somewhere. So I figured the best way to do it is temporarily make a hole right there, drill 2 holes, bolt it there, and then that'll be it. I'll have the switches right here. When I get the door panels, I will redo it so the switches are in the door panel, and I'll have a reinforcement plate right here wherever the door panel is. But right now I just need to make sure that these just aren't dragging on the ground or getting stuck in the window when I roll them up and down. So easiest way, I'm going to throw you on the tripod and start going. Okay, moment of truth. Pretty good, pretty accurate. In fact, it was dead on. So I do need to put some riv nuts in here. I will do that real quick. As soon as I grab it, be right back. Okay, now that we got the riv nuts, this is the 5mm riv nut. Go ahead and put these in here real quick. So now all I have to do is drill the 2 holes for this. That way I can secure them in there. Now that I know that this fits, I can modify this to where these sit behind it, and hopefully that's the last time until I get the door panels. Okay, we'll be right back and I'll show you then. Okay, so we have the panel made. It goes in there, screws. I just need to put in these. This is all temporary. What I need to do, that's fine. So whichever is which, I don't know which one's which. We can adjust all that stuff later when we put the final panel in. And now for the reveal. Okay, one last time. Driver, passenger, passenger down, driver down. So now, this is not permanent.
Okay, so we got them right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
This is not permanent. This is going to be changed when we get the door panels. The door panels are aluminum door panels. I'll cover everything. Hi, you see a nose right there? That is Shadow. Hi, Shadow. Can't tell. All the noses are black.
No, his is red.
Oh, his is red. Never mind. Hi, Shadow. If you guys want to know, that's our shop dog right there. Shadow. Right there. See him? Right there.
And then there's Draco over here.
And Draco's over there. Draco, oh yeah, there's Draco. Draco right there. Right there. Okay. So, there's one more thing out of the way. Hi. I need to tuck away the wires somehow. I may run them under this and back underneath it. Just whatever. They are just spliced in together. Hi, handsome.
He is definitely your dog.
Yeah, hi, handsome.
That's definitely Sean's dog.
He is always out here with me when I'm working, so he loves to be with me. He is our official shop dog because he lays out here and sleeps while we're working on the Mustang or whatever car we have in here. He's my sweetheart. Aren't you? He follows me everywhere. Okay.
Literally.
And that's Draco, and he follows Mama everywhere. Okay, so let's get on with the next piece. The next piece will be changing out the vents. So if you guys look, the vents right here are all destroyed. I have two brand new ones, which means I have to take out the airbag and then remove these two panels and then put those two panels in and then put the airbag back. Now granted, when I do that, I will change out, or I will unplug the battery. That way there's no electrical charge and have this thing blow up on me. We've already popped out this one and changed it. It was simple. But those two, I have to get the airbag out to get the screws on the inside. So we'll jump on that in just a second. Okay, we're not going to worry about this right here today. We're going to take care of this some other day. Probably after the car is registered, we'll remove everything and start cleaning up all the other stuff. This takes a lot longer than the other supposed sound deadening. Since it is the single strips put in there, it does take a lot of time. It's not just a simple method of peeling the whole thing up at once. It does come apart in little pieces. So it makes a big mess. We don't want to deal with that right now, especially on that side. We'll do that at a later date. Right now, our goal is to remove these two panels. So the one right there in the center and the one right here, which means I have to take out the airbag as well as the gauge cluster kind of bezel thing you need to take out, because there's two bolts on that side, two bolts right here, and then two bolts right here that I got to take out that are covered up by these. And the reason I know that is because I had to get those out. These are the ones from the junkyard. They're a little bit different. They, instead of the silver-ish, grayish bezel, they do have the black centers. So we'll go with that. Now, before I took the airbag out, I did take the fuse out as well as disconnected the battery. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and sit you back in the back corner, and I'll just go through and remove all this stuff and then put them all in and show you just exactly what I did afterwards. Okay.
Yeah, wait till we replace the steering wheel.
There we go. Okay, so real quick, to remove this piece, which is the center piece for this, the AC, you have to remove the airbag, because there's bolts right here. You have to remove the gauge cluster, because there's bolts right here. And you have to remove this portion right here, because there is a lip that you can't really see that goes all the way around here that this overlaps. So you have to remove this to get this out, or at least loosen it up so you can pull it out this much, just to get that piece out. Thank you, Ford. Okay, so what we got right here is everything put back together. Airbag, we didn't plug it in just yet. We're gonna leave it unplugged for now. Changed out this piece and this piece. The reason being is when this piece right here is out, these are kind of glued into this piece. And this one I had to replace because this was all bent up and there's no replacing it. You can't just remove this panel on top. These are glued up over the top of it, so I had to take them all apart anyways. But it lets us know how to take these apart. Okay, before I forget, I did unplug the battery. I have not replugged it back in. Once I get the seat in and everything, I will replug the battery back in and make sure everything works. Now to install this. Now I've already installed the bracket. We've already refitted her a little bit with it. We will adjust as needed as she drives it. This does have adjustability where we can go up or go forward depending on what bolt placement you did. We'll see how well it goes. I did add this. This is the seat belt for the stock seat belt plug. We will go with some harnesses later on, but to get it registered or at least pass inspection, I need to have that. So this is secured in there. We will remove this, or not necessarily remove this, but put 6-point seatbelt harnesses in here when we get to that point. I'm gonna go ahead and set you up. I'm gonna look in this way. It is a very tight fit. I don't know if you'll see anything, but once we get it in there, I'll show you how we mounted it. I will have to tighten these right here. These are somewhat loose. They're not super tight. They're just enough to where I can wiggle it around as I need, and then I can tighten these up and it'll be situated perfectly. So I have 2 bolts in the back and 2 studs in the, or sorry, 2 bolts in the front, 2 studs in the back. Lift it up, line up the studs a little bit. I will put this in just a couple threads. I won't tighten these down until I get the bolts in the front. Bolts in the front may be a little bit more pain in the butt. Okay, now that the seat's all bolted in, she will get in and show you just how she fits. Draco, you can't get in there too.
Okay, so I don't have any shoes on.
Yeah, you don't have shoes on right now, so she can reach the pedals a little bit. Steering wheel's right where it needs to be. Now we are getting a quick disconnect steering wheel after we get this titled in our name and possibly registered, rebuilt title for it. So, how's it feel?
Feels good.
So that right there is the seat she'll be racing on. Very comfortable Sabelt with the padding for medium. Let's see how I get in it. You want to jump out?
Come on, Draco.
Watch out, boy.
The trick getting out.
Okay, watch out, boy.
Back up.
It's okay. Okay. empty my pockets of everything. Oh my God.
So, how do you feel?
Not bad. It's really tight right here. I definitely have to get the pads changed to extra fluffy. But not too bad. Nice. Definitely gonna be different. I got a little bit of headroom, not a lot. A helmet's gonna be really tight for me. But again, this is your car, not mine. I'll just slouch like this a little bit. Oh boy. Not bad. It's been interesting driving it for the first time.
I think once you take the seat pad out, it will be a lot lower.
Well, I'm not worried about the low, you know, they can't hear you, but she's saying that if I take the seat pad out, I'll be a lot lower, which I probably could, but the sides is what I'm worried about. I don't think I'm going to worry about this too much, the height. It possibly could be. I mean, if I'm sitting straight up, it's right there, but I usually will sit like this. So I have a little bit, about that much. So mine would be forward a little bit and lean back. I don't even think I could go forward a little bit. I think I just have to lean back a little bit because my arms would go a little bit further that way. But again, I'm doing this for Jill. My car will be a little bit different. My car will set up so my arms are right at the wrist where they're supposed to be. So, not bad. Now to get out with landmine dobies there. Hi. Try not to step on my puppies. Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. Okay. It's complete. At least the seat is. Watch out, boy. Doesn't phase him one bit. See my boys?
Dash by Doberman.
We got quite a bit done in this video. We didn't finish the floor. We're going to do that later time. I don't even think we're going to do it in a video because what they all showed in YouTube and TikTok and all the other stuff doesn't work for this type of flooring, sound deadening material. This is more like strips of caulking rather than a big pad like, say, dynamite that we usually use. We did, however, change out the switches to be able to actually have windows that work without having a big plastic panel that hangs down. We will modify that setup for when the door panels come in to utilize the door panels and put them at the right location we need when we finally put the door panels in. We are getting a full aluminum interior for this. Everything interior is going to be aluminum, minus the dash. Maybe we may do that at a later date, but who knows? It all depends on what she wants to do, how far we go with this vehicle, which we already have plans to go pretty far. We do have a seat installed now that I don't have to drive it on a
paint can.
Kills paint can, by the way. The safest type of paint can you can sit on. Kills. It eliminates all the stains that you might incur while driving on a paint can. Just mind you that, okay? We also changed out the vents that were messed up. What? The vents that were messed up, I can see you in my peripheral vision looking at me. What can I say? It's the pucker factor while driving on a paint can is there. I'm surprised the paint can isn't cinched in half. But we have the AC vents already installed, everything back together. I do have to hook up the battery again. While the battery is disconnected, I did finish the wire loom. I did tape it up very nicely. That way it doesn't come undone around the battery terminals. But thanks for watching. This right here is why I do this. I love seeing her laugh to the point she starts crying. She's laughing so hard. For a girl that went through cancer and seen deteriorate so bad before my eyes, this is what I live for every day. And that's why we're doing this. That's why I'm going through this, so she can live one of the things she wanted to do, and she wanted to be a rally racer, or at least try rally racing. If she likes it and she really gets into it, we'll exchange this V6 version for a V8 GT or higher if I can find one. So
we'll see. We're gonna take it baby steps.
Yes, but whatever she wants, if she gets into it, I plan on upgrading this into something a little bit better. So let's start with this.
And if I don't like it, we can always turn it into an autocross car. We already did most of it.
Yeah, but I might do this too, so who knows? I'm living her dreams. That way I can't get beat up for, well, you know, we're doing everything you want to do. No, you wanted to do this, not me. But anyways, hope you like this. I did most of the work this video because she doesn't like the electrical stuff. I didn't want her messing with the airbag. I wanted her to be safe. Next video.
I don't know car wiring that well, so he's got more knowledge behind that than I do, so I'm just going to let him run with it.
Next video, we are doing all the fluids. We are going to change out the transmission cooler, which is in the back, and she will be doing 95% of it.
Oh yeah.
She will be doing 95% of it. I'll help her where the time comes, but she will be doing most of it. Okay. Hope to see you next video. It's going to be a fun one.
Oh, pray for me.
I will.
I'm asking Zed too. Pray for me.
See you next video.
Bye.